I'll just go ahead and get started and then I'll pass it over to you, Glenn. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'm Rhonda Fulmer. I'm with SC Economics, and we are thrilled to have you. Your presenter tonight will be my friend, Glenn Perryman. We've been working together for 10 finance forums so far. So Glenn, take it over.
Hello, everybody. I notice everybody's muted. If you're not familiar with Zoom, if I ask you a question, I think you can hold your space bar down and talk. I just like to go around the room. We'll start with Anna. Basically introduce yourself, if you teach or what do you do and where are you located? Tell us about yourself, Anna.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Cuyar, and I am a Spanish teacher in Greenville County Schools. I teach at Hillcrest High School, and I love my job so much. Looking forward to the seminar. Thank you.
Pam. Pam, you've got the floor.
I'm sorry. Chester County School District. I teach marketing and business.
Okay. Erica Marshall.
Hey, everybody. Believe it or not, my camera is on and I am experiencing camera difficulties, but I'm down in Beaufort at Beaufort High.
Okay. Blanche Johnson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Blanche Johnson. I'm with Bamberg School District 1 in Bamberg, South Carolina, and I teach fundamentals of computing and a few other business courses. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Jose. Jose, if you will tell us about yourself.
Yes, I'm sorry. It took me a couple of seconds to click the switches and stuff. Yeah, my name is Jose Cuyar, and I am actually a law enforcement instructor over at the Golden Strip Career Center. And Glenn, I think I've emailed you a couple of times about some courses and stuff, but yes, I teach up in Greenville, South Carolina.
Good. Susan Ballard.
Hello, I'm Susan Ballard. I'm from Sumter, South Carolina, Hillcrest Middle School, Dazzle, South Carolina, Sumter School District, and I'm a career specialist.
Okay, Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown, if you'll hold your space bar and tell us about Ronnie, if it is Ronnie. Okay, we'll come back to Ronnie. Priscilla. Okay, we'll come back. Diana Penning. If y'all wish to talk, you're muted or you might be on a phone. I'm trying to figure out how to unmute you. Okay, Diana, you're unmuted if you want to tell us about yourself.
Hi, I am a computer science, computer programming teacher at Spring Hill High School in Chapin, and just looking forward to seeing what resources might be available.
Okay. Let's come back to Ronnie Brown. See if he can unmute. Ronnie, if you're there. If not, we'll come back to you. There you go. Tell us about Ronnie. Okay, let's go back to Priscilla. Priscilla, I'm going to unmute you.
Hey, hello. My name is Priscilla, and I'm from Bamberg 2 School District, and I'm a SPED teacher.
Okay. And Sheila Jones.
Hi, I'm Sheila Jones, and I teach at Spring Valley High School in Columbia, South Carolina. And currently I'm teaching web design and fundamentals of computing, and I'm also using iCEV.
Good to see you. Somebody is on here as owner. Is that somebody they're connecting to audio? So if we skipped you, Rhonda, I know a bunch of these people. It's scary. They might be the ones that need to be doing the presenting. They probably know more about this than I do. But like I said, I'm Glenn Perryman. I'm your local rep for South Carolina. I work 4 states: West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Some of you, I recognize your name and realize that you're probably using iCEV. And if there's anything you'd like to add, I don't monitor the chat window during sessions. So if you just want to butt in, that's fine with me. And I'm just going to hit the high spots because I've got about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to do probably about a 1 hour session. And I believe in Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. So if you do get knocked out of the meeting, just click on the link and come right back in, and we'll monitor the waiting room and get you signed back up. All right, let's see if I can pull up our, yes, go ahead.
I'll monitor the chat, so if anybody has any questions and has trouble unmuting themselves or anything like that, I'll let you know.
That would be great, and just butt in if you will, if you need to. And I'm trying to get back to my window. I probably hit a wrong button here. Trying to share our home screen.
Oh, so Ronnie Brown is here. He cannot unmute his computer, but he says he's here and he can hear everything. So
Okay, Ronnie.
hey, Ronnie.
Okay, I'm trying to do a share here. Bear with me just a moment. There we go. This is our home screen. And I'm going to also show you my contact information. Rhonda, are we going to have a list of who was in each session so we can follow up with them? If not, I'm going to give them
Absolutely are. You'll get
okay.
the whole Magilla.
I'm going to give them
We already
contact.
have everybody's name and email address. What we don't have that we will be looking for when they fill out their evals is the other things that you would like to have, and that is district and level that they teach.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to share my contact information on top of that, and I'm doing it in a crude manner. This is an outgoing email. I hope you can see it. I'm your first line of support in South Carolina for iCEV Online. I think I've met most of you probably at a conference somewhere, business, summit, whatever. The number I have highlighted there is my cell number and my text number. So I'm pretty well connected at the hip with my cell phone. So if you ever need to contact me, that's the number. That is not my office number, but if you're a current user of iCEV, that 800 number is instant support during business hours. And I'll give you a second to write all of this down. If you have any questions after this, there is my email address. And if you're taking notes, I'll leave those up there for just 1 second and let you write all that down. Like I said, I'm based just south of Winston-Salem. I'll be in South Carolina tomorrow. I was just in Chesterfield County. I think one of you were from Chesterfield. In Darlington last week. Tomorrow I'll be in Union, Pickens, Anderson, Clinton, Lexington 1, and Blythewood all in one day. So we'll be delivering some signs, some certification signs to the schools there for students that did iCEV certifications. And I'll show you that sign when we get done. I'm going to close this window and go back to our home page. You should be looking at the iCEV homepage. The link for this, or the URL for this, is up at the top, icevonline.com. And that's the gateway to get to everything we have. We do curriculum in 7 areas. It is all online, designed for classroom use, but I can tell you the specific date when everything started breaking loose, and that was March 13th. I was telling Rhonda, I was at the CT Directors Conference in Greenville at the Embassy Suites when we got the word that COVID was hitting. And we did not design iCEV for distance learning, but since then it has been a madhouse. It's been 6-7 day weeks. First thing we did was make subscriptions available to teachers. I think some of you may have been the recipients of that. And we actually gave them a quarter free of charge to get them through the end of the year for online learning. I know some of you also attended our virtual conference in August. We had over 9,000 teachers in that event. We're going to be doing that again January 4th and 5th. I've got most of your email addresses, and I'm the one that sends you newsletters from iCEV. And that newsletter will be telling you about that virtual conference. If you get a chance to do that, if those are days off, good chance to participate. We use people that are using iCEV as our presenters. We had a couple from South Carolina. We had a presenter from Dorchester. We had another one from Darlington. So we capitalize on your expertise, but these are the areas, and I'm not going to go through this website, but you can click on each one of these cluster areas and learn more about what we offer. If you haven't already participated in our pilot program, we provide a quarter or grading period free of charge with student subscriptions to see if it's going to work. After that, we convert it to a paid subscription. So I'm the one to contact if you'd be interested in trying that. And like I said, a number of the counties that you folks are from, I know Beaufort, Chesterfield, who else in the group? I heard several counties mention where they're already using this. Greenville's using it. Industry certifications, I'm not going to click on each one of them, but I'm going to show you our South Carolina homepage. We do this for students, and I'm just going to click here and show you what it looks like. These is every one of our certifications, except for 2, are state approved in South Carolina. And if the web page comes up, these are our certifications. And I'm going to click, I'm just going to show you all of them. We have a lot of them in agriculture. I think most of you are business and marketing. I'll go to that area. These are the ones we have approved in South Carolina. And Dana DePue is a big help on getting these approved. So this is the ultimate here for your students. South Carolina last year for us was number 4 in the nation in total student certifications. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, because California with 1,100 systems and Texas with 900, they were 1 and 2. Kentucky was number 3. South Carolina was number 4. They jumped on it. South Carolina jumped on it big time. For law enforcement, just to click through the areas. And I'm trying to remember the different groups. Career exploration, I've got a lot of career specialists jumping on this one. I think it's in Kershaw County. The career specialist there is actually handling the certifications for a lot of the teachers. And I can't remember the name of the new tech center there in Kershaw. Somebody help me out. They're really jumping in on that, and the career specialist there is helping them out with that. I'm working with her quite a bit. Resources, lots of tutorials, posters for your room, and then there's a section on how it works. So we're going to log into the program. Each teacher or whatever has a username and password, and this is being used all over the state. And we're going to log in. And if you want to try this, we'll get you a username and password. And I'm going to go to the South Carolina site. You'd type in your username, your password at this URL. These other buttons, if you're using Clever, ClassLink, or Google to sign for a single sign-on system, you can come in there as well. And you simply log into the subscription anywhere, anytime, on anything that gets internet. The beauty of this, we had a lot of schools where their students didn't have access to internet, and we learned that somebody in the house had a smartphone. So the students, we have a lot of students doing their at-home assignments on their mom and dad's smartphone because they can pick up a cell tower signal to access the internet. It's been an interesting ride. Up at the top, you'll see a green box. That's a chat window to the office. You'll see another blue box for scheduling Zoom meetings. My advice to you is text me, call me, or email me personally, and I will send you my calendar showing when I'm available, and I can meet with you live via Zoom for whatever you need, for tech support, just to show you the program. And basically, you go in here and start up your courses. You have 3 options here. You can set up a course, a module, or a resource unit. You can create your course from scratch, or you can pick from the courses we've already set up. And I think personal finance is pretty much in the business area. You see the word finance, and you'll go in here and you'll see courses we've already set up. If the SC is beside it, that means it is set up to the state standards already. So the 2016 means we included Microsoft Office in it if you want to teach some Microsoft Office. I'm going to use this one as our demo. I'm highlighting it with my left button. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it right here. And I'm going to add that course and you'll see the course name appear right there. The other things we have, I mean, these are all kinds of, you're not getting just one course. You're getting access to the entire library for the business marketing curriculum. So if you're teaching something other than financial literacy or personal finance, you've also got access to business management, digital, fashion, merchandising. This is a combination of business and marketing. We have our version of Microsoft Office. So unlimited access to everything we have. The other tab is subject areas. And then you have certifications. Now we're in the business curriculum. And the one that fits the theme of this conference is this one right here. This one came on board last year. And this is available this year for student certification. So I'm going to add that certification module to our list of courses. And of course, you can come back in if you're teaching anything, any other course, you can add that as well. For example, let's say you're teaching Accounting 1, copy it, add it, no limit. Add the course. When you get your courses set up, just click Finished, and you're ready to go. The little window here at the top is if a technical glitch, something comes up, we'll let you know immediately. But here you see our courses, and you can always go back and add a new course. I'm going to come back to these 3 items right here toward the end, but let's just use South Carolina Financial Literacy as a demo. This is the course title. You can go into it here, and this is the first lesson, or you can go straight to the last lesson you looked at. So we're going to click View, and here's the lessons that correlate to the state standards. I'm thinking this course is still around. All right, so what I did, and I did this for the state textbook adoption, we decided not to go the adoption route, so we're having so much luck. But here's the course standards that we pulled off the DOE website. Here's the lessons that we pulled out of our library to address those standards. So if you go into the course and teach these lessons, you will have covered all of the South Carolina standards. Now I'm going to modify it a little bit. Chances are you're not teaching Microsoft Word, so I'm going to take those out of this course by customizing the course. So I could customize the courses, move over here to the left, and I'm just going to concentrate on financial literacy. And I'm going to take these Microsoft courses out of the mix. I'm just removing them. So you're able to modify that course. You can take stuff out. You can add stuff. I'll show you how to add something in a minute. I think we're on the right course. Yes, financial literacy. Let's say you want to find a little bit better lesson. So I'm going to go in here like I would in Google or YouTube, and I'm going to type in a keyword. I'm just going to type in finance. See what comes up. I'll just click go. And our program immediately searches for every lesson that has the word finance in it. If it's already in the lesson, you will not see the word add. You can just preview it. So let's just scoot down here and see what we can find. Earning interest, that's in there. Economics and personal finance, you can preview it. The preview window will pop up. You'll see that it's a PowerPoint. And if you like that, here you have a description. It's a PowerPoint. Everything is delivered either PowerPoint or video. They're streamed in off the cloud, anywhere, anytime. So if you like that lesson, you can add it and it goes to the bottom of your list. So you're teaching, and you can move these lessons up anywhere you want to move them. If you don't like the order we've put it, you can come in here and you can start out with something. Here's a Microsoft lesson I let survive. Let's just say you want to start out with business ethics. Grab it with your left button, move it to the top. Once you get your course designed the way you want it, you click finished and you're ready to teach. If you got more than one class, you can copy it and make 2 sections out of it. Call one of them first period, the other one second period. So now we go in and we view the lesson. And like I said, you can get, just in sitting through this workshop, if you're not already a subscriber, please contact me. Tell me you were in our session, because by doing this, you qualify for the free quarter. We're going to give it to you for a whole grading quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, with no questions asked. The other green box is, you don't forget there's a group out there called Special Populations. We created a document for teachers, and I'm just going to let you look at the table of contents. This is a PDF. This is strategies that you can use iCEV to address the needs of students with learning disabilities or special needs. So that's a good read. I took the time to read through that and realized there's another group. I was a teacher. I was a CTE teacher, and I didn't realize until late in my career, when I was required to do IEPs, look at IEPs for Perkins requirements. Just about every year, 60 to 70% of the students I had in my program had special needs. And that was an eye-opener for me, that all of these students on here don't have the same learning abilities. So let's look at a lesson. Let's look at business ethics. I click view. Everything will be a PowerPoint or a video. This is a PowerPoint. Every lesson has interviews with people in the industry. We'll just click on one. There's no classwork combined with this. There's no test. It's just people we have videoed to tell us about business ethics, about their job. And these are your guest speakers. You can't have them now. They can't come in your school. So we're bringing them to you. Every single lesson has at least 3 or 4 guest speakers to tell about the lesson. Closed caption, you can turn it on and off. And when the COVID hit in March 13th, we realized our videos may not be able to be streamed in by students. And in 2 weeks, we had gone to every video we got, and we had created a transcript for the students to read that could not download the videos. I'm going to go back to the course so I can come back in to the lesson. Students can either go where they left off, or they can start at the beginning. So here's the PowerPoint. It has 4 different parts. If you're using Google Classroom, this is a link to your Google Classroom account. And every lesson has a what I call paper material or online material. I want you to notice the blue check marks. That means when the students log on, they're gonna have their own subscription. They're going to be able to see everything that's checked. So I'm going to show you a little trick here in a minute that'll get rid of those check marks. Lots of activities here, projects. I hope you can see all these. I might need to blow this up a little bit so you can see it better. And right now, the students would come in and says, gosh, I got to do all that. No, we don't expect them to do all that. But here's a project, a paper project on laws and regulations. And if you think that's a worthwhile project for them to do beyond the regular looking at the computer and doing their coursework, you can assign that to them. That's high order thinking skills. You have paper assessments, and you see several. It's because there were about 4 or 5 different parts of that PowerPoint. So if you want to concentrate on ethics just then and now, there's a test just on that part of the PowerPoint. And there's an answer key to help you out as well. Those can be printed. Now we're going to go to the fun part, the interactive part. This is what's really getting used now. Notice all those check marks. You're not going to want those. I'm going to show you how to do away with those. And when I say do away with them, that means the students can see all this. They can see all your tests, all the answers. Well, we want to hide that. And I'll show you how to do that with all of your lessons. That'll make your job much easier. But they could do these online. Here's the same worksheet that's in paper, but they do it online. And that means you don't have to print it. You don't have to go to the workroom and run it off, staple it, hand it out, take it back up, grade it, put it in your grade report. All of that is done for you. Now I'm going to go back to the course. These are called breadcrumbs. These are navigation tools up here at the top. First thing I'm going to do is I don't want my students logging in and seeing all these lessons available. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the lesson visibility, and you'll notice a button will pop up. It says visible. I don't want them visible. I want them invisible. So now when the student logs in, they're only going to see what you want them to see. So we're going to make that first lesson visible. Or you can make it visible on a certain date. Today's the 27th. For demo purposes this evening, I'm just going to check visible. Now I'm going to get rid of those blue check marks. Under settings, these last four, I'm going to hide all the blue check marks. I'm going to get rid of them. And that way I can go back in and just check the ones I want the students to do. 4 settings here you got to do. And this is not doing it just for this lesson, it's doing it for every lesson. Okay, now that we got that done, this is the only lesson visible. You students will log in. This is the only lesson they will see. And we're on the teacher side. You make the video visible. See how that box became unchecked? I want them to see it. I'm going to go to Printables, and I'm going to have them do one project off paper. I'm going to have them do this one. Notice the blue check marks are gone. Now I'm going to go, and we're only going to cover, these are the paper tests, so we're not going to do any of those. We're going to go to the interactive part, the online part. I don't plan to do all of these separate, so I'm not going to give them a separate test on each part. I'm going to give them a test on the whole thing. These are the activities. I'm going to concentrate pretty much on the ethical decision-making process. So I'm going to close out these other two. And I'm going to give them tests. Let's see, what unit was that? That was unit number 2. So I'm going to give them test number 2. We're just going to concentrate on a part of the PowerPoint. All right, so here they'll go in. They'll watch the PowerPoint. Instead of doing it on paper, they do it online. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let me be careful here. All right, if I want to put a deadline on that, I click deactivate on a certain date. Today's the 27th. After the 27th, let's say you're going to have this due Friday the 30th. After the 30th, it'll disappear. If I want them to see the answers, this is classwork. I don't mind them seeing what they got right and what they got wrong. And now I make it visible. And I'm going to give them 2 tries to make the best grade they can. Now it's test day. I've signed the test. I'm not going to deactivate it. They're going to know that this is a test day. I'm not going to let them see the wrong and right answers. If they're virtual students, one student could take the test at 8 o'clock, copy down all the right answers and tell the student that's taking it at 10 o'clock the right answers. So no, I'm going to keep them honest here. No answers. On test day, I make it visible. I'm going to give them 1 shot at the test. And that lesson is ready to go. So you see why I uncheck those blue check marks. It's much easier. If you have to turn in a lesson plan, we've made you a lesson plan. Print it, turn it in, go home. All right, let's go back. And now we're going to put students in the class. And I do that by inviting students. Do not hit the delete button. That will take care, just don't ever touch these 2 buttons right here. Those are for our purpose. You can even use this create assessment to create a final exam. You go in and pull questions out of all the things you've been covering that semester, and you create your own test, exam that you can do online. You don't have to dream it up. We do that for you. You don't have to print it, copy it, staple it, paste it. I mean, pass it out, grade it, take it up, put it in your grade book. It's all done automatically, which we'll show you shortly. All right, let's put students in the class. Invite students. You give them 3 steps to do. You can print these instructions or email it to your students. They go to this site, they enter this code, they type in all their information, and they're in the course. It works just like this. That code is unique to your classes only. No other teacher in the world will have that test code. So you basically, the students follow their instructions. They put the code right here. I'm going to use that code for their name. Add a few letters to it to make it unique. And I'm just going to copy and paste that for the sake of time. No email is needed. We're in the process of taking that out. They create their own username. They create their own password. They'll have a security question. If they find a question they like, give it a 1-word answer. And they click the button and hit submit. And now we're on the student side. This student is now into your course. You notice that's the course. They click on it. And that's the only lesson they see because that's the restriction you created. They view the lesson. They can see the PowerPoint because you turned it on. That's what they're going to study. Here's the project you gave them. Here's the activity that they do. And they basically just go in and do the activity. If the bell rings or they got to run to the restroom or they're going to call it a day, they just go over here and they hit save progress. Come back, log in the next day. They go to their course. They go to where they were. They continue right where they left off. I'm going to fast forward and show you what happens next. All right, they're finished. They click finished. They can say, no, I want to go back and check over my work, or yes, I'm ready to turn it in. The moment they click yes on the teacher side, it is graded and posted into an Excel grade sheet, Canvas, Schoology, or Google Classroom. They immediately get feedback. Number of items, how many they got right, how many they got wrong. Green means they got it right, red means it was wrong. If they got it wrong, we tell them the right answer. They can return to the lesson. And you're giving them 2 tries, so they got 1 more try. Here comes test day. Here's their assessment on this part of the PowerPoint. Same thing. No work for you. Not like they used to be. They take the test, and I'm guessing I'm not this smart and quick. They click finished, turn it in. Know how sneaky this teacher is. There's your grade, but I don't see the right and wrong answers. We kept them quiet. They're not getting the right and wrong answers. They can return to their lesson, return to their course. They can see their grades right here. Okay, there's nothing else to do because you've hid everything else from them. So you log out, log back in as the teacher. And I don't mean to be showing off by going fast, but I want you to see the whole realm of it. We got about 7 more minutes, I think. Teacher, I'm going to go back and view. I'm going to look at, and I know some of you probably are in the chat window. What if they get their username and password? Manage your roster. There's their username, and you can reset their password. Go back to the course, and you want to see their grades. Course grade report. View the report, and there's that 1 student we put in, and there's their grades. And you can control whether you want to see 1 student or all the students. You can decide which score. Most teachers put the highest score, leave it on percentage, and you can put the beginning of the grading period and the end of the grading period, and it will only show you the grades for that grading period. You can download it into an Excel sheet. I'm going to do a quick screen change here. And here's those grades on an Excel sheet. Now this Excel sheet is very important. We've only got one student, so all of your students will be in the A column. All of the activities would be across the top and their grades would be here. And if you know Excel, you can come out here at the end of the quarter and you can say, I want to know this student's grades. Click average, and your grades are averaged. The important thing about this Excel sheet, CEV could crash, your local classroom management system could crash at least once a week. Save these grades to an external source, so you'll have a copy of your grades. Let's go back to our sheet. And I'm on the home stretch, Rhonda.
I hear you.
I want to touch base a little bit on certifications. You got quite a few to pick from in South Carolina. Here's your certification right here, sponsored by the Center for Financial Responsibility. You treat it just like a course. View, and this industry sponsor selected these lessons, these modules for the student to do. Now, if you as a teacher, these modules are designed for them to study for the certification test. Certifications are $30 per student per test attempt. Call me, order your test codes. We add them to your subscription. They're immediately digitally loaded to your account. And let's suppose some of these you don't think they need to study. You pick the ones that you think they need to. If they make 70 or better, the only thing they have to do on this certification module is take this last test right here and make 70. If they make 70 or better on that test, and if you're interested in this, we'll get back together and I'll be more specific on how it works. But they do that. When they finish all of the training modules, the opportunity to take the test will pop up right where my cursor is. It can be proctored from distance learning. I'll walk you through the proctoring. And once they take the test or start doing and these lessons could be some of the same lessons you have in your course. If that's the case, if they do it in your course, they get credit for it automatically on the certification. So if you go back to my courses, those little tabs here at the bottom, here's your roster management. You'll have all your courses listed and who's in your course. And it has tools to use to adjust your your rosters. This is the one I like. As the students are doing the certification, you can click on that button and monitor their progress. If you have to have an industry report when it's all done to turn into your administration, you print it right here. And here's a certification summary report. Students that are doing the certification, their names will be here. There will be a gold lock right here that says they're not done yet. They can't take the test, or they'll have a green one, which means, yes, they're done with the modules. They're ready to take the state test. The blue ribbon means they finished the test. They're certified. You can print them a certificate, but we will send you a diploma grade certificate through the mail. And I'm going to back out of here and go back to my window because I want to show you something if I can. I'm treading lightly here because I don't want to lose contact. Or am I looking at everybody? No? Okay, well, I know what I got to do. Bear with me a second. I've got to close this. This is where I always get the creeps. Now, are we looking at everybody? Can anybody see me? I got to show you something in my photo. Can you see me? You see this?
We see you. We see you. Are you taking our picture?
This is a big sign behind me. I'm delivering 6 of these tomorrow to 6 different schools in South Carolina. This is about the size of a speed limit sign. It's made of metal. It's got the school name. It's got the teacher name, and all those little marks you see on that sign is the names of students and the certification that they got. And I will be delivering those tomorrow to 6 schools: Union Career Center, Pickens Career Center, Anderson Institute of Technology, Clinton High School, Lexington 1, and Blythewood. Those schools had 10 or more students get certified. I usually do this at your career, your youth group, FFA, FBLA conventions, but I've just taken these to the school this year, and that's a lot of fun. It's so good to get back out and get on the road. All right, what about the chat window? Any chats, Cassidy?
Not that I see, other than Erica Marshall says Karen loves your product in Beaufort. But if anybody has any questions, now would be a great time.
That was a good
stick 'em in
time.
the
We've got a
chat.
few minutes, I think, right, Rhonda, before we shut down?
We do, and I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for a few questions, I'm just going to tell you guys a little something. We've got recorded sessions will be available on Friday. Sign up. Now, here's the thing. This is all about www.scfinanceforum.org. So recorded sessions will be available on that website on Friday. Sign up for more sessions if you want to through Wednesday night. Earn $50 incentive if you attend 2 or more live sessions. Again, go to the website. All 5 of these things I'm reading to you are on the website. If you want to apply for $500 classroom mini grant from our sponsor, Jumpstart, where are we going to learn about it? On the website. Go to the sponsor page. If you want to earn $500 to $1,500 by becoming a financial literacy master teacher, where are you going to learn about it? On our website. Hey, there's a video on the website that you'll be real interested in seeing. We just got it this morning from the state treasurer, Curtis Loftus, and it is about the financial literacy master teacher program. Okay, questions?
So Glenn, there are a couple questions in the chat box right now.
I see them.
Okay.
Are there certification? Read them to me, Cassidy. I'm kind of blind right now.
Okay. So Diana Penning, she wants to know, are there any courses or certifications available for IT related courses?
Yes. Are y'all taking notes? Write down this website. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Let me do a better job here.
I'll try and stick it in the chat as you say it.
All right, www. iCEV online, all one word, .com /SC hyphen certifications. And while they're writing that, I'm going to try to find it right quick. If we got time, Rhonda. It won't take but a second.
Okay, so
let me just add a little something before you add, Cassidy. Okay. Y'all can keep going. You don't have to stop. If you have a lot of questions, I'm the one who will need to leave. So don't worry, y'all go ahead.
All right, I've got it. If I can get back to my window. It's right. Where'd it go? I lost it. No laughing. It is South Carolina certifications. www.icevonline.com /SC hyphen certifications. That will give you a list of all of the certifications that are available. And we do have one for, it's our version of Microsoft Office certification. Other questions? I know there's others.
All right, so there's one from Blanche that says, are the course certifications for fundamentals of computing? So that should be in the certification things as well.
That'll be on that page, yes. And email me. Don't forget, you can email me after this is over if you got any questions as well. What else we got? I like that one. Karen loves your product in Beaufort. Pam Farrell, did I hear you were from Chesterfield?
Chester County's Career Center.
What was your school? I'm sorry.
Chester County Career Center.
Chester County. Your
Yes, sir,
name
and
is
I'm-
familiar. I work with Mary Evans.
Right. She's in our office. Yeah, you have shown me the light. I'm using this. I've never taught at the Career Center. I'm using iCEV in my classes, and it is such a wonderful product.
Thank you. Sheila Jones, I believe you're using it. Where's Sheila?
Yes, sir. I am right here. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Been using it. This is what going into my second year that we're all using iCEV. I use it on both levels, even some things with web design, mostly with fundamentals of computing that I'm using iCEV.
And Sheila, you're where?
I'm in Columbia. I teach at Spring Valley High School.
Spring Valley. Oh yeah, I remember meeting with y'all. Everybody in the room had a doctorate except me.
No, I didn't have mine. Not yet. I'm getting there. But I mean, even the students, they really like their interactive activities. I like the fact that they grade the assessments and then that I can create and customize my own assessment. So I really like that.
Okay. Some of these other names are from, I've only got 7,000 teachers, folks. So if I forget your name, but is anybody else in the group using it? Yeah, please. My wife's
Yeah,
corrected my grammar.
Glenn, yeah, Jose Cuya, I'm using it in my class as well. I'm actually getting ready to start one of my other classes. I'm in the process of getting the funding available to start that class as well. So I'll be having two classes running this.
And Jose, you're where?
In Greenville, South Carolina, at the Golden
What
Strip Career
school?
Center.
Okay. Donaldson?
No, in Golden Strip.
Golden Strip. Okay. JF Lucas. Right?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, appreciate